Hey, it's Charlotte, and I am putting together these videos so that you can see all the steps that I took or I'm taking to help Teddy get peaceful with this huge trigger that is a horse show. I really think the trigger of the show goes back to the racetrack, that she is identifying the stress level, she's identifying the emotion as that is what she experienced at the racetrack as a baby. And she's older, she's stronger, she's a grown mare. And so she is pretty committed to staying hypervigilant, staying focused on protecting herself. And it's going to be a really tough pattern to break. I did some videos last week on how we can set this up at home to give her some tools to be successful at the show, mainly with playground of safety, with some tapping, with use of pallets, with use of leading. Here you're going to see when I've transitioned from playground of safety next to the trailer. And then once she was doing that pretty well, I transitioned to doing some tapping so that when she'd escalate bigger, that I could do something, I could add a little stress puzzle for her to solve in a positive way. It felt to me like the show, the more we got up by the arenas, away from the trailer, the more she was feeling this pressure, and I needed to have some strategies to help us get some wins, get some good yes answers under our belt. Because the last time we came up here, the one time we came up here before, she was okay around the trailer, but we more had her tied up. We took her to this lunging area that wasn't quite so triggering to her to do playground of safety. She did okay. We took her back to the trailer, tacked her up. Her mom rode her. She did actually really well. Took her when she was good. I said, let's get off, quit while you're ahead. Let's go take her tack off, and we'll take her up around the ring. And when we took her up around the ring, I mean, she just melted down, and it just escalated and escalated, and she couldn't find peace at all. So it was one of those moments that you're like, we're so far away from being okay that we just were like, okay, we need to take her back to the trailer. I need to take her home. I need to teach her some more, work on our strategies, and then bring her back. And that's what we did today. And her trailer loading went radically better than the last time when we went to bring her up here. So that was a huge win. I did some playground of safety at home before we left, which was awesome. Did some pallet stuff at home before we left. That was awesome. So we saw when she got off the trailer, she was on the muscle in the trailer. So I was like, all right, I'm going to have to lower my expectation a little bit. Let's see what we've got. Let's find the baby steps to get the win. So this next part is I've transitioned from playground of safety and a little tapping by the trailer to leading her up to the arena, by the arenas a little bit. You'll see where I use some turn strategy. I use some so you want to dance strategy. I use using things in the way of her feet. We use some curbs. I use some water. Just different things in the way of her feet to try to get her back in her body, back where she's present in the spot where we are. Because her thing to do is to kind of leave her body and hyper focus way over there, like something scary has to be happening way over there. And you'll see where the further we get from the trailer and the closer up to the kind of track that goes around the rings, the more she starts to escalate. But the good piece of today was she was making some good choices. She was doing some head down. She never went to run over me. I never had to jerk on her. You know, there was never where I felt in survival today. She definitely would spike into survival, but we got some good baby step wins. And once we got some good baby step wins, we were like, okay, let's take her back to the trailer, reward her with taking her home, because this is, you got to find that place to get off of it and make a reasonable, attainable goal for that horse today. Even if your expectations were a lot higher, you got to be able to readjust your goals in real time so that the horse can feel the win, can feel the partnership. Because the worst thing that she could do is for us to set the goals too high, where she is in survival, she is uncomfortable, she is really triggered. The goal is unattainable, so she thinks we're jerks, we don't know how she feels, and then everybody's losing. Everybody's going home frustrated, and it just layers another day of frustration over going to a horse show or going away. So we really tried to adjust in real time and find attainable goals. And I think that you'll get to see that. And it's good because this is reality. This is real life. This is horses that have triggers. And we've just got to work through it. Enjoy.